Pauly here. We'll begin with the opening numbers and where they're sitting right now for week number 12 of the National Football League. We'll start Thursday, Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. It's the best week of the entire year.
No doubt.
So go back 2 weeks. The early line had the Lions 6.5-point favorites against the Packers. The look ahead was 7.5. That's where this number is at this morning at DraftKings. Lions minus 7.5. Total now up from 44.5 to 46.
First time they're 8-2 since 1962.
Ooh.
So great job by the Lions. But they are 5-17 going back on Turkey Day and have lost 6 in a row. And all of a sudden, when it was MVP talk, and rightfully so, when he doesn't turn the ball over, now we're seeing the old Goff. And I'm a little bit concerned here because he had 3. He should have had a pick 6 as well that was dropped. It would have been a house call. So he's got a lot of things to fix and straighten out. And, all right, that's back-to-back good performances by Love. And not bad. And you get the win against the Chargers with the big touchdown drive late.
Yeah, so it appears as if the Packers' offense is getting better.
Yep.
2 consecutive weeks. And look at the Lions' defense now the last 2 weeks. The Bears blowing that game yesterday is just...
It's all-time bad. Never happened.
You know that
40 minutes time of possession, you were +3 in the turnover battle.
You know that if that ball's not kicked out of the end zone and is recovered...
Yeah, you lose.
That's the worst beat I can ever remember in my entire life.
That's fair, right.
And I don't even know what to tell you at that point.
Yep.
That's, unless you had the Bears +10, that's a losing wager, which is just, it's beyond impossible to happen. That cannot happen.
Yep.
And yet we're like a couple of inches or feet away from maybe that actually is what takes place.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think that the Lions are going to be just fine in this game offensively. They're going to score plenty of points. And with this defense in their current form and Love now looking better, points maybe early, fireworks on Thanksgiving. The middle game has the Cowboys now favored by 11 with a total of 47.5 after yesterday against Washington.
Not so fast. Washington's schizophrenic, but we've seen where, I don't know, Howell almost beat Philadelphia twice, and it was ugly, so now we'll see what they're made of. But that was certainly as bad as it gets. You lose to Tommy DeVito. He throws for 3 touchdown passes. You turn the ball over. How do you sack someone 9 times and lose the game? But 6 turnovers. And then still you're thinking, okay, well, personal foul, PI. It looks like the officials are going to put him in position to win the game, and then the horrible pick 6. I don't know where Howell's throwing the ball. It's so bad. Just an embarrassing loss. And Ron Rivera gets swept by the Giants. Have 3 wins. 2 of them are against the Commanders.
Saw an incredible stat yesterday. Do you realize that Tommy DeVito has 6 touchdown passes for the Giants now? Combined, Danny Dimes and Tyrod Taylor have 4.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He has more games with he has more multi-touchdown games than Pickett.
In Pickett's career.
How about that? Yeah. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing what's going on in Pittsburgh. And Tomlin allows it to happen.
The Sunday night game, what's the health going to be here? Geno Smith?
No kidding. So the Westgate went to 9.5 on this because he's out of the game and it's locked. And then Smith comes in for the final drive. So not only that, I don't think Walker doesn't look good for Walker.
No.
That was a big injury. But still, this is a lot of points in a tough place to play. But you're right. Who's playing quarterback for Seattle? And I'll tell you, if Seattle misses the playoffs, go back to what happened yesterday. They blew that game. And also there was an atrocious call on Witherspoon. Tiki Barber was all over it. They called him for PI. Puka DePeppo acting. He wasn't touched. He just fell down. And out comes the laundry and put it first and goal. They wanted to kick a field goal.
So the 49ers are favored by 7.
Yep.
Total's 42.5.
Well, again, who's got the best A game in the NFL? It's San Francisco still. So what Purdy did, 21 of 28 for 333. 21 or 25, excuse me. And you just, you're backed up? All right, no problem. Play action, Kittle wide open, another passers, a run to McCaffrey, and then I'll hit you 74 yards to Ayuk. It was an excellent job. And a little disappointed with the defense, but they got the stops when it counted against Tampa Bay. But, man, that's a lot of points for a tough place to play. And last year in Seattle, it came down to the final drive.
For the first time all year, I'm open to the Brock Purdy MVP conversation.
Oh.
I'm willing to have that conversation now.
Okay.
We are 11 weeks deep here.
A little shaky in the middle.
Well, what did I see? That I think he's got a combined quarterback rating of 157 over his last 2 games, which is the first time it's been done since I think like 1960, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
first time in like 4 generations or whatever. The guy's playing awesome football.
Yep.
I never want to hear the conversation again about like Zach Wilson's second pick overall in the draft. You got to give him time. Brock Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant. Look at the difference here. And just to expand a little bit more on the end of that Seattle game yesterday.
Oh my God, we could do an hour on it.
Both coaches lost their minds.
Yes, they did.
With what McVay was doing, and before kicking that field goal, throwing the football when you could have, just keep bleeding the clock, man. If you're going to do that, give them the ball back with as little time as possible. Instead, they're throwing the ball. Then you give the Seahawks a minute and a half to play, and then Pete Carroll's okay with the 55-yard field goal attempt.
Yeah, he just shuts it down. I
can't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, he just shuts it down after the long pass to Metcalf. We're good from 55. How about Matt Ryan? Well, you got to if you're Seattle, you have to give up a touchdown here. Let them score. You have 2 timeouts, and there's a minute 50 left.
Yeah.
What? I couldn't believe he said that. And then McVay throws the ball, and it goes incomplete. So you gift the clock stoppage and all that time for Seattle. If they would have lost that game, he's been all over McVay. But so now Seattle goes San Francisco, Dallas, San Francisco, and I think Philadelphia. I don't know if 9-8 is going to get you in because remember, they're not that good. But, I mean, Atlanta and New Orleans are playing cupcakes the rest of the way.
I'm going to lose my Seahawks win total bet over 8.5.
I got the same thing. Yep, I know.
I can't believe
you can't lose that game. And if Geno doesn't get hurt, they're going to win. It's 16-7, and he takes that big shot. It seemingly they were living in Ram territory. And then Locke comes in, and they couldn't do a damn thing. He was so bad.
Yep. Lost that game. The Bengals game in Week 6. They gave that game away 20 different times.
Yep.
Incredible. Okay, on to the games on Sunday. And I mean, it's going to be difficult. Well, no, Black Friday first.
You've got Black Friday.
Yeah,
now
Dolphins.
This is up to 8 now.
Yeah.
So are you kidding me now? Now you're going to make a quarterback change when it's out of reach? Come on. This is coaching malpractice and organizational malpractice. Don't make the move when the season's over. This is a nasty defense. These were all winnable games. You put Wilson in there. It's so sick. So now they're going to put Simeon or Boyle in here against Miami? It's not going to go well. By the way, since Ramsey came back, Miami's defense has been phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal. But, laying 7.5, 8 on the road now. So you're going to make the quarterback change, and that's the other thing. So Aaron Rodgers comes out. I want to start practicing by December 2nd. I think I can play Week 16. DraftKings has a prop up. Will he play? Yes, 1 snap is plus 180. Think about that. So you don't make a quarterback change and you have all this information?
Well, Paul, hold on.
Come on.
Hold on. Let's have a realistic conversation here. The change from Zach Wilson to Thad Boyle is going to do nothing for this team. Boyle is going to stink.
No, right. I would play. I don't know why Simeon won't be the guy, though.
Yeah, you needed to go get it needs to be more on, and forget Saleh for a second, because he's the fall guy. It needs to be pointed directly at ownership and the front office. Again, why did you not address that position more before the deadline when a guy like Josh Dobbs was available and you could have done something else? That's the biggest mishap they made the entire time. Awful job by the Jets.
But it got Brissett.
As I tweeted yesterday during that game, I think to myself, when I watch Kenny Pickett and the Steelers, I can't get past it. There's no way it can get worse.
Yes, right.
Then the Jets come on. I'm like, oh, hold on a second here. Yeah.
There you go. How bad was yesterday? It's vomit-inducing. You're right. You watch the Steelers, and it's the same crap every week.
Every game's the same.
But then you put the Jets on.
Yeah.
And it's like, 3rd and 8 again. I wonder how this is going to go. I mean, unless they get you know what had to take place for them to score that touchdown? They had to fake a punt. They had to go for it on 4th down and all that. I mean, the stars had to align just for them to score 1 touchdown. It ended the drought. I mean, it's
so bad. Why? And by the way, at this rate, though, why would Rodgers want to come back? Is this ego-driven at this point now more than anything else?
I don't get it. Behind that offensive line, the season's going to be over? Yeah. A little concerned about Miami offensively, though, here the last couple. What's going on? You had issues in Germany?
They couldn't score yesterday. They had, what was the stat? They had 400 yards and didn't punt through the first 3 quarters, and they couldn't score? I don't know. That's weird. Is it possible that Tua doesn't have a good game against the Jets defense? Or Again, as we said
the
earlier,
Jets aren't going to score. It don't matter who plays. You're correct about that.
I think the Jets, maybe yesterday was their wave the white flag game, but the Jets there's going to be like upheaval in the locker room.
Yeah.
Like that's coming.
And I think we'll get a quarterback change too. But that can offset that. That could, the storm's coming if you put Wilson out there again.
All right, we're going to continue this into another segment because the Sunday games, man, like for the contest this week, I like some of those on Thanksgiving. I don't know how I can cobble together 5 games overall with some of the matchups we have.
Excellent point.
Whew.
Toughest card of the season. Survivor, ATS, all of it.
All of it combined.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.